Do you know who Jason Derulo is? Maybe this might help you ring a bell. Jason Derulo! Well, Derulo is an American singer and songwriter who even once was rumored to quit music to become a TikTok star. Well, this singer, known for many hit songs such as Want You to Want Me and Wiggle, has recently faced media headlines following allegations surrounding his behavior, and I'm sure you'll want to stick around because goats and fish scales are somehow involved in this. Hello everyone, I'm Melanie with InformOverload, and today we are going to be discussing our top 10 biggest Jason Derulo red flags. At number 10, we have physical altercation. What does Jason Derulo and Usher have in common? Apparently nothing at all, because Derulo will physically attack you for mistaking him for the famous rapper. Back in 2022, cops were called to the Aria Hotel located in Las Vegas after Derulo threw punches at two men. If you're wondering what the men said to Derulo, eyewitnesses say Derulo and one of the men passed each other on an escalator when the guys seemed to troll Derulo by yelling, "Hey Usher, flip you beach." And obviously some of those words I used were in replacement of the curse words that were actually said. This allegedly angered Derulo so much that he punched the man right in the face, which sent him to the floor. But wait, there's more, because Derulo apparently slapped the second guy, and security actually had to break up the fight. Videos and photos of the incident were shared all across social media that shocked many. And at the time, the two men didn't want to press charges, but Derulo did get a trespassing notice from the hotel and was removed off the property. The two men didn't require any visits to the hospital, but it did appear they had blood and wounds on their faces. And for number 9, we have Derulo versus American Airlines. This intense UFC fight, or should I say disagreement, occurred in 2015 after Jason and a few others were flying from Miami to Los Angeles. According to the singer, the employees for American Airlines were cursing at him because of baggage fees, but he says the way everyone was treating him shifted once they found out he was famous. Derulo spoke to People, where he claims there was a dispute over the timing of their check-in, which they then decided one member of their group would stay back, take the next available flight in order to check in all their luggages. According to an airline source, the most elite passengers for American Airlines are allowed 3 checked bags for free, but one of Derulo's friends tried checking in 19 bags, which of course resulted in an extra charge. The total cost for the 19 bags was $4,000, which Derulo said was a huge amount of money and claims he has never had to pay for his baggage in the past. Derulo wanted the plane to be turned around when it was returned to the gate, and apparently when they're about to get off, he claims the captain actually came out and cursed at them and ordered them to get off the plane. He was met by 15 police officers once they made it back into the airport, and he decided the most logical thing to do was of course to go live on Instagram. According to Derulo, he heard people whispering, realizing who he was, and no longer did anyone have an issue with him. But according to the police filing, it read that Jason and his friends reeked of a skunk-like smell, if you know what I'm talking about, and were aggressive while checking in, as well as failed to provide ID to the airline staff and the police as well. In our 8th spot, we have plagiarism. You know in school when they warn you about not copying other people's work because there are serious consequences? Well, Jason may know a thing or two about plagiarism. If you were on TikTok in 2020, you may have stumbled across a trend where many people were showing off their culture by using the song Lax Siren Beat, which was created by a New Zealand producer, Josh685. Well, that song was later turned into Jason Derulo's hit song Savage Love, where thousands of people online posted themselves dancing to this catchy beat. However, a former collaborator who claims he co-wrote Savage Love sued Derulo after not giving him credit and was cut off of the action surrounding copyright in the song and the subsequent royalties. The lawsuit alleged Derulo released Savage Love without giving any credit to Spatola. The lawsuit was filed in order for Spatola to rightfully be credited as the co-writer and is compensated for his contributions. According to Spatola, Derulo originally agreed to instigate the necessary formalities but failed to follow up. However, when Spatola began taking the steps to prepare for legal action, Sony and Derulo committed to negotiate an out-of-court settlement. And for number 7, we have Derulo being accused of being a content thief. Although Derulo is known for his music, he has recently taken a step towards content creation through platforms such as TikTok and YouTube. However, Derulo has taken it to a whole other level, because if you click on his YouTube Shorts uploads, it is filled with other people's content. In fact, he re-uploads other people's videos without altering it or changing it in any way to make it unique, which actually does break YouTube copyright rules. But he tries to wiggle his way through by playing his own copyrighted music over other people's content, which he didn't ask permission to post. And if that wasn't enough, he adds a tiny little box of himself reacting to the content of others. And if you're wondering, Melanie, he is reacting reacting to his videos, that's fair use. Well, you may think that, but in reality, watch one or two of his shorts and you'll realize he is using the exact same clip of him reacting over and over again each time. YouTuber Scott Schaefer deep dives into this whole situation and realized he has the same 3 videos of him reacting, overlapping each and every single one of his uploads. This gives the appearance of him reacting to these videos, but in reality, he is just copying and pasting himself over and over again. On Social Blade, Jason Derulo is actually ranked A++, which is the same level as Mr. Beast, even though Derulo is really not that known as being a YouTuber. But ever since he has been uploading shorts onto his channel, it has enabled his channel to be ranked as high as Mr. Beast without nearly putting the same amount of effort into his content. In fact, Schaefer analyzes the estimated income Derulo made off of these shorts alone, and it is roughly $89,000 to $267,000 every single month. These poor people who Jason is so-called reacting to may not even know their videos being uploaded onto his channel, let alone profiting off of it. And for number 6, we have Breakup with Jordin Sparks. The two artists first sparked romance rumors in 2011 before publicly confirming it just a year later. Many looked up to this couple because Derulo even dedicated his song Marry Me to Sparks, where she was also featured in the music video. However, in a 2014 episode of On Air with Ryan Seacrest, Derulo opens up about the couple's split as he claims pressure of marriage eventually tore the two apart. He discussed how the two would argue a lot, which eventually weighed down on the relationship over the years. And in a 2019 interview with the New York Post, Derulo discussed where he stands with Jordin now after 5 years since their breakup at the time this interview was conducted. He claims the two are no longer particularly friends to one another, but he does say it is not for a specific reason as she is happy with her husband and child. But if you're wondering how Derulo broke up with Sparks, it is the most classy way, of course, over the phone. The two were almost together for 3 years before he gave her a phone call, which he claims was because he wasn't in town. He claimed it was just the pressure causing the two to split, as he always denied cheating rumors, but Wendy Williams took it to her own hand to try and find out what really happened. Williams asked Sparks about the cheating rumors, which Sparks replied with, "I actually don't want to comment on that," and even further added that he can have the BMW Derulo gifted her with. I mean, if he doesn't want it, I'll take it. We have made it halfway with our number 5, which is angering South African fans. In 2015, the artist faced tons of backlash on Twitter after performing at the ANN7 South African of the Year Awards. And no, it was not for his song or performance that sparked outrage, but rather what he asked the audience. He apparently said, "Y'all speak English, right?" which caused everyone to talk about what he said rather than his performance, as he was supposed to be the main attraction during this event. Derulo had to defend himself as he tweeted, "Speaking English remark I made was directed to a specific table. It wasn't literal, just a figure of speech when someone isn't responding." But it didn't seem to help, as many South African Twitter users were sharing their emotions after this occurrence. One Twitter user wrote, "Jason Derulo is one of the millions of people who think that in Africa you can just bump into a lion on the street." With another writing, Jason Derulo asking South Africans if they can speak English. Can he even sing? Let's start there. And for our number 4, we have injuring Alicia Keys. New York, where Jason Derulo can hurt your fingers while attempting a prank video. Yeah, my singing was definitely off key, but one singer who is on key has faced injuries after being the key of Derulo's prank. Okay, that's enough of that. Anyways, during the pandemic, Derulo had a series where he made a bunch of prank videos back in 2020. In a video, Derulo is seen closing the piano covers on Alicia Keys' hands before she quickly screams in pain while standing up towards the camera, with Derulo following right behind her. The two appeared to be shocked and Alicia was in pain. The camera even showcases Alicia's pinky and ring finger, which appeared to be bent in the wrong way. Although some speculate this was just a skit and not real, others believe it was, and we'll let you be the decider on that one. Before we move on to our top 3, I'm just gonna give you a warning, as some allegations may be a sensitive topic for some viewers. For number 3, we have odd rituals. Over the weekend, singer Emaza Gibson has filed a lawsuit that we will get into later on. But one thing that shocked many were the alleged actions Derulo told Gibson to do in order to succeed in the music industry. And I wish he signed her up with coaching and mentoring, but instead told Gibson to partake in goatskin and fish scales, which is actually a Haitian reference referring to conducting some bang bang rituals, if you know what I'm hinting at, sacrificing a goat's blood, and doing substances. Gibson was worried this once in a lifetime opportunity being alongside Derulo would be affected because she refused to get physically involved with Derulo, as well as denied having drinks with him. The lawsuit claims there was was a demand for physical involvement in exchange for success, as it was reinforced through Derulo's behavior. In our number 2 spot, we have dropping Gibson. Allegedly, Derulo offered Gibson a joint venture and work session in April of 2021 as he provided an opportunity of a record deal. However, she is seeking damages, which we will get into in the next spot, after she rejected physical involvement with Derulo, which then allegedly caused Derulo to drop Gibson's deal. The deal consisted of working together, as Gibson was required to produce a mixtape in 4 months and an album in 6, as well as a single that included him. However, once these sessions began in the studio in 2021, Gibson says Derulo would give her large amounts of beverages and pressured her to drink, even though she told him she wasn't a big drinker. And on September 6th of this year, Gibson claims she was informed by her employment with Atlantic and Future was being terminated. In our number 1 spot, we have emotional damage. Gibson's lawsuit is seeking damages from Derulo's record imprint, Future History, and Atlantic Records after her employment was terminated for what Gibson believes to be due to her rejection of Derulo and his advances. Derulo would apparently show aggression, yell, and lack professional opportunities after she rejected him. Apparently, no one in the company's human resource department addressed his emotional, physical, and unsuitable behavior according to the lawsuit. Gibson has since suffered from mental breakdowns, weight loss, and feelings of betrayal and deception, which led her to seek mental health treatment, where she was diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder as well as other things. Derulo took it to Instagram in a video to state these claims are offensive, as he denies all these claims. Gibson's lawyers spoke about Derulo's comments and how Gibson is offended by his dismissive attitude, before further adding the entire music industry is due for a movement. Although the recent claims are currently just allegations, we won't know the verdict until some time. Hopefully everyone involved in the situation is receiving the support they need during this difficult time. I would love to hear all your opinions and thoughts surrounding the recent allegations, as well as the past altercations Derulo has gotten himself in. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!